where Neo discovers he can dodge bullets. you like think it's gonna be a help, and then you're like, oh, I guess I'm the one. And then people are saying the N-word at you, and you just stop all the N-words with your hand.
I don't think I have.
The one man born inside the N-word who has the power to control it.
Yeah, and then lots of other people.
Which is because I'm pretty sure, like the architect guy from the second Matrix, he probably looks exactly like the guy that invented the N-word.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's weird to think that a guy came up with it. That there was some like Southern businessman that's like, fellas, I got an idea for you. I want this knitted on a pillow.
I almost got arrested because I called a cop the N-word one time.
Really? Was it a black cop?
Yeah, it was like an older black dude, and they don't really play that.
Yeah.
Depending on who you talk to, depending on which barbershop you went to,
right?
Either you're down or you're not. And I was working the door.
Oh, soft day.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like went up to a black cop.
No.
Calling him like
no. I was at the women's march and just got a little too. I got a little too riled up outside of there, and I
very
just
interesting.
Let the first parking enforcement dude I saw have it.
I probably said this already on the show, but like I was laughing about like you go to the women's march and you're like, yeah, slut walk, and then everyone's mad. You're like, what? I thought you said that was the name. I thought you wanted it to be called that.
It's not offensive. You said it wasn't offensive anymore.
You told us to say slut walk.
In a pink sweater.
Yeah.
Pitching it up.
You have pussy hats on your head.
Yeah.
Because you're big sluts. That's how it works.
Well,
I wish that was how, like, you remember when, like, kids were doing sex bracelets?
Yeah.
What if it was pussy hats instead? That would just be fun now.
Are the sex bracelets? Are you talking about when people would wear a bracelet?
Yeah,
every
it
time
was
they
like,
had sex?
and it was like, okay, I've got a yellow bracelet. That means I suck dick now. Or I've got the green one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you had to break them, and then whichever one you broke, they had to do the thing.
I think different schools just had different rules.
Yeah.
Generally, it was sex act.
I remember some drunk girl when I was 15. She like came. She was like always a bitch to me, and then she was like drunk and like was like you have to break this. It means you have to fuck me or whatever.
Oh my god!
I remember being
teens
flattered.
are disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so gross that teens have sex, and it's awful.
Basically like being in like a co-ed like jail or something sort of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They've got like different rules.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother ecosystem.
Right. And every jail has different rules.
Exactly.
And then you get out and you're like, oh, you guys didn't do this, and you're...
Yeah, what happened at your jail?
You ever do that? You ever do that shit where you like open up your laptop in the morning? Like I use, my laptop at work, so I was at work, and then you open it up, and then you forget what you were looking at like the night before, like as you were going to sleep.
Well, I don't use my laptop at work.
Oh, well, maybe you do it with your phone. Your last browser. And I went to sleep looking at like pictures of all the execution chambers in the United States.
Oh my god!
Like where they...
I thought this was gonna be about porn or something, where it's like you look at weird execution chambers.
Yeah,
doing serious research.
Did you learn anything?
No, I have like a morbid fascination with the death penalty.
It's very creepy.
I think it should. I think it's barbaric and it should be illegal. But a part of me wants to be executed.
It's definitely it's a pretty cool way to go out. Not a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like being strapped. It's such a horrifying way to die.
Yeah.
Is being strapped, especially the electric chair.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I've read so many articles recently about the fucked up injections with the like almost expired drugs that they don't even really know how it works.
Yeah, and they're just trying to kill more people just to do the shit.
Yeah, and that to me is so much worse than the electric chair because it's just you can...
Lethal injection has the highest failure rate out of any method of execution that has ever been invented.
It's so awful.
So they had this like progression of the death penalty being like, we were hanging people, and then they stopped doing it because a couple of people got decapitated, and it's like it's pretty gruesome. Really, the guillotine is like the best way to do it.
Clean.
The guillotine or the firing squad.
Right, but we can't yield any concessions to the French, they already feel like they invented everything. That's the thing I hate about the French. I don't know if I brought that up before, but anytime the French make anything, they had to like, this is it's the French computer. No, it's like, why don't you just call it the computer? It's a French press,
True,
French fries.
Yeah, they hold on to their shit for life.
It has to be the French for a French toast.
That's why we call it the French guillotine.
Yeah.
Every time. You have to specify.
That was done during the Revolution, so they didn't even know they were France anymore. They didn't have a like. You know, they didn't have a king. They just killed him with this thing.
Which is,
it occupies this weird historical period.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers just eating pirouettes with no vision.
Well, anyways, so then they came up with the chair because somebody saw someone accidentally get killed by like a fence or like some live wire. Murder a prisoner. That was like the first thought that guy had.
Was that back in the time when they were like, we want to make this painful, or was the guy were they like, this will be better for the prisoners?
No, I think like because of the cruel and unusual punishment clause, it was like always a.
Oh yeah, they have to pretend that it's.
Yeah, they have to find a way to make it as not painful as possible. So then
shake your hand before you do it.
The electric chair, and then the electric chair yielded to the gas chamber, which is like horrifying. Because they drop like a gas, it's a pellet that goes into, I don't know, it's like a hydrogen chloride pellet or something, or that's the gas that it makes. And then people, they're like, just breathe the gas, just breathe it. And this guy like holding his breath as long as he can and like screaming and shit.
I thought they just sprayed like a bunch of Fabuloso.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like some Ajax.
Yeah. Well, it's
clean this.
It's basically drowning people is what the fucking gas chamber.
Painful than drowning, because like drowning supposedly once you get to a certain point you just like drift off, but if you're like breathing in a gas then it's painful.
Yeah, that burns your lungs.
Yeah, then it's much
it's
worse.
Also it's absorbed through your skin too.
Oh.
So even if you're not breathing in, you're still being like subjected to like this awful poison.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah,
just being dipped like a fucking cone.
Well, the first time they tried to do
you make that sound delicious.
Yeah. Right. Then you turn it upside down like a
I would love to get dipped like a cone.
Make sure none of your shit spills out. That's what they actually. All the methods they're trying to figure out a way to kill someone without them shitting when they die.
Ooh.
Because that's disrespectful to the executioner and the warden.
And the family. Everybody has to watch that.
Yeah, everybody has to watch that guy's shit.
Just say, here, I got a solution. Put a diaper on them.
Yeah.
Let's bring diapers back.
The electric diaper?
Yeah.
That'd be a cool death penalty.
Very trendy.
Well, I always feel like there'd probably be like one of those like southern closets. Invented a new method of me sucking his dick to death. I don't like doing it, but it's the only way in God's Christian jail to make sure this man dies without torture is I personally have to suck his dick until he dies.
All right, everybody close your eyes. Okay, open
I'm not sure if this is really the right way. No, everyone gather the family around to watch.
We got a gay man walking on the Green Mile. We got a gay man walking. Gay man walking on the Green Mile. Boss, it hurts, boss. John Coffey being sucked off by Percy. It's fucking angry Tom Hanks, like you got to swallow the cum. Because Percy refuses to swallow it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought the sponge was wet. He's just giving him like a very toothy blowjob because he's a sadist. Stop putting your teeth on it, Percy. And that movie's called The Gay Mile.
That's a hit, baby.
Or The Queen Mile, maybe?
I like Queen Mile.
Yeah.
That's got a little crossover appeal.
Yeah. Well, anyways, back to Dan Carlin's hardcore history of... the first time they tried to do death by gas, they just tried to like pump gas into the guy's cell. Like that just didn't work. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna use a hose and try and kill him this way.
That's late. They just didn't want to take him to the execution chamber.
They didn't have one yet. Then they had to make a hermetically sealed chamber to gas people in. But then they did, lethal injection, and lethal injection is like it has like a 7.8% failure rate or something. So you have like a 1 in 10 chance.
I mean, I'm sure it was just
1 in 12 chance.
It works, but it just takes like an hour.
Yeah, well, it fucks up a lot. Either they miss the vein or whatever, and they can't get like medical professionals to participate because of the Hippocratic Oath. So it has to be like just jail shitheads.
And then they can't get one of the
drugs
ingredients.
That's why Arkansas has been like killing. They killed like 11 people, or they're trying to kill like 11 people before the drugs expire.
Is that still out? It's not up yet?
No, I think it's over.
I think it was just last week.
That shit was a hustle, man. Like, like one guy died one time, and they were like, okay, let's kill everybody with this. Let's just keep doing it. What else are we gonna do with these? 5 things we bought.
Utah still has firing squad.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Which is actually, believe it or not, the only thing that has never had a botched execution. That's
that makes sense.
Bullets undefeated.
So easy to kill someone with a gun.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about that, if you look at the chair they use, it's terrifying. They make you sit in a
elementary
chair.
School chair.
No, it's like it looks like Darth Vader's like regeneration capsule.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's sandbags all around it to catch like any stray bullets.
Oh shit!
Just tie a guy to a fucking post like the old days. I feel like if you're gonna kill somebody by firing squad, they should get to design their own military outfit they wear in lieu of the final meal, which Texas had to stop doing. Did you hear that story?
No.
Yeah, they just stopped doing it because one guy's like, I want 2 buckets of chicken. I want an ice cream sundae. I want a full pizza, Hawaiian pizza. I also want pepperoni on it. I want a lasagna. I want chicken carbonara. He ordered this enormous meal.
They couldn't just not give that guy.
Well, they brought it to him and he's like, I'm not hungry. He just didn't eat any of it. And then they're like, final meals are canceled, everybody. That guy went to heaven.
The one guy who fucked around with the last meal.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Why not, man? I mean, if they're going to let you order anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Why can't we do that as not felons? You know how coupons have limits? If the last meal dude gets to buy fucking 8 buckets of chicken.
Yeah.
Let me get the same. Let me get the Groupon rate round the clock.
Last meal Groupon?
Yeah. I need last meal level Groupons.
What would your last meal be? I'm going to say pussy before anyone else makes that joke.
That's all you.
The warden's wife's pussy.
Well, now mine is going to sound stupid.
Yeah. No, the warden's dick. Demand to suck the warden's dick. I'm sorry, warden, but it's his right.
To completion, boss.
Yeah. He needs to have something to eat.
We got a gay man walking.
Everybody's wearing lace.
Yeah. I don't know if that movie's good or not. I can't decide. Green Mile? Thoughts?
It's one of those movies where I try to watch it and I'll fall asleep. I've fallen asleep at every point in Green Mile. You know
Is that a Stephen King movie?
Oh, I don't know.
That seems very Stephen King-ish.
But I watched, what is it called? Princess Mononoke this week. And I did fall asleep in that.
Of course.
Yep. So you guys are right.
Too strange.
Very pretty. Just put me to sleep.
You got to be on acid at a minimum to even try.
You got to be Japanese or obsessed with Japanese culture.
I feel like you got to be real into animation because I did tell people I worked with, and I wish I hadn't. They seemed really sad that I didn't love it.
Yeah, I worked at the BSO, the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra, doing telefunding in the basement. And everyone I worked with was all these old ass women. And did I tell you that story about that? There's that one old lady I worked with who was very friendly, and one day I was just sort of chatting with her casually. I told you this story? So. Oh my god, dude! And she's like, "Well, yeah, I recently moved back to the city. I was living in Salisbury, Maryland for a while, and I had to leave there because of some personal issues." Oh, that sucks. I'm like, Salisbury's kind of boring, though. And she's like, yeah, well, I left because my home was invaded and I was beaten and raped and left for dead.
Fuck.
And I was like, because it's like a grandma. I was like, Jesus Christ. She's like, yeah, they broke in and they cracked my skull and they raped me, and I'm pretty sure that the mayor's office was involved. This is a government conspiracy to rape her. So she's like, so I couldn't go to the police department because of being raped by the mayor, or whatever.
Oh my god!
And then she's like, just turns over my shoulder. Oh, hey Janice, how you doing tonight? Just completely breezing past this horrific SVU story. But yeah, when I was working there, I guess George Takei was coming to the Lyric Opera House to, I guess, read memes or some bullshit. And this fucking nerd I worked with, who is easily one of the least attractive people I've ever seen in my life. This poor guy. He's like, as like the shittiest, lowest level employees, we got like some kind of discount or whatever. They were describing it to me. They're like, yeah, you can actually go see all of these programs. And I immediately threw it in the trash. I have no interest in
just maintaining eye
seeing
contact.
anything involving the opera, or the fucking.
That's right.
I go see movies, action movies, Steven Seagal, that kind of stuff.
Hard target.
Especially not George Takei. I'm not going to go see that.
Well, that's different than that. I'm going to defend the opera and say
Hard Target
better
is
than
JCVD.
George Takei.
Ooh.
You're thinking of
Excusez-moi.
Hard to Kill.
Oh,
People
yeah,
make that
sure.
mistake a lot.
All the time.
Yeah. George Takei, though, he finds that he sees it in the brochure, and he says, "Ooh, George Takei!" I had to like go to the bathroom to laugh at him. That happens a lot.
Do you have to go to the bathroom?
Me having to like leave a room to go laugh at somebody.
That's nice of you to leave the room, though.
Yeah.
That
respectful.
really shows your maturity, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I told this story to people listening to the show. They get real mad when I repeat a story, and it's all I know how to do.
That's true. As having been your friend for many years now, I feel like my main benefit is that I don't remember most of the stories that you tell.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because eventually it's really like diminishing returns with the stories. It'll be like, man, like 9 years ago I was at this Burger King and I was looking at the manager of the store. The ugliest guy I've ever seen.
Yeah, they all start like that too.
Yeah. No, this is a real story. The manager of the Burger King, it just like he looked like a Burger King man. He looked like Napoleon Dynamite, and I'm like, man, this dude never gets laid. And he turns around, and he's got a huge hickey on his neck. And I was like, I just learned a lesson.
Dang! Wow! Don't judge a book by its cover.
The more you know.
That makes you think.
No, I did. I continued to judge the book by its cover. I just saw more of the cover. That could have been a bruise.
Inside cover, the forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, you read.
It was just a different part of the cover.
Author.
Yeah.
And the about the author.
This observational bit, you can totally judge a book by its cover because it's a book.
Yeah.
So it's for queers. That's who reads.
That's not where I thought you were going to take that bit.
Yeah,
it's true.
All of my bits go to homophobia town.
That's true.
Yeah. So I guess we should get into this James Comey thing.
Oh,
as the leading political podcast on the West Coast.
Ooh.
We might be, actually.
I mean, I don't know of any other ones.
Who leading
Take it. Come
political.
West.
We're not political.
There's no NPR on the West Coast.
We're not allowed to have it.
NPR out here, they just play like trance beats.
Yeah.
There's nothing real going on there.
Yeah.
Right. It's just a guy that, fucking went to yoga one time.
It's all traffic reports.
He's like, I used to surf, but now I do yoga.
Welcome to NPR San Diego.
Everything's pretty chill from over here.
Yeah, something like that, I guess. That's a good take on NPR West.
Nailed them. We just nailed them. NPR West.
Lamb.
So sorry.
That's a hell of a joke right there.
I'm sorry.
No, I also got nothing for that.
Yeah, I think we're all sorry. I'm sorry as well.
How
about Terry... not so gross, right? Or extremely fresh air, right? Because it's better here. The air is here.
Worse here.
Okay, the not so fresh air. How about that?
Better. It doesn't seem.
No, what?
How about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Hey,
that takes place here. Fresh air, but it's the French press of Bel-Air.
Bringing it back.
Yeah. Is it gay to dance with your father? We're talking about Luther Vandross.
That's a good one.
Is that, I feel that's a weird...
For men to dance with their father, or for women to dance with their father?
If your dad was dead and you could bring him back,
I
think dancing would be the last thing I would want to do with him.
Yeah.
Take that, Luther Vandross.
Oh, is that a song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Luther Vandross was in the closet for like all of his career.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he was about to die, and then he made a song about dancing with his dad. Him coming out, I guess.
Yeah.
Weird way to come out.
Yeah.
Really, you'd think that if he'd spent his whole life thinking about it, maybe don't bring up your dad.
Luther Vandross he strikes me as a guy with no hobbies either. I don't know what he did. I think he just did shows and just sat in one room alone in the dark.
Yeah.
I
mean, I think a lot of people don't have hobbies.
Yeah.
And it's
especially when you can't be gay outside. It's like,
yeah, you just sort of like hang out.
Go?
You can go be gay. Rollerblading, perfect example of being gay outside.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, to rollerblade with my father. A rollerblade with my father again.
And they're just in like cut off shorts.
yeah. Sip on fucking Francia with my father again. And do a bunch of other gay shit. Come on, guys. What are some gay guy things?
Wearing cool clothes.
Yeah, wearing cut off shorts, Franzia, cool clothes, redeck that.
Crown molding?
Yeah.
Something of that.
Do gay guys do crown molding?
I think they're the only
You know how
ones.
gay guys love those coping saws. They can't get enough of them. So James Comey was fired by Donald Trump. I feel like I am the only person in my friend circle that does not give a shit about this.
Yeah, because he's just going to keep firing people that say he's bad, and that's just going to happen for 3 more years?
I don't even think he's like say that it's that he's bad. I think it's like the issue is that they probably wanted to fire him a long time ago, and then they didn't, and then this is a way to do it where they get to look like they made some magnanimous gesture towards Democrats by defending Hillary Clinton.
I mean, that's what is weird about it, is the defense of Hillary Clinton, but because like
it's like a bullshit play to make it look like they have principles.
But it doesn't make it. It's so clearly not a. I don't think it's like that. I feel like he's just like a crazy, like, really sort of angry man who does whatever he wants whenever he wants, and he just hit a breaking point.
Good analysis. We'll be back on the McLaughlin Group later tonight. Tony Blankley tries to suck his own dick.
You sound and look just like that dude right now.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
thanks.
surprised you haven't done your Homer Simpson impression yet.
I have. I did it 2 weeks ago on the podcast when I was talking about Adam's mom fucking dogs. I don't know how we got into that, but
I don't remember that.
Marge, did you know that Adam's mom fucks dogs?
Doesn't take much.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Cool. Great. Then
is that close? I can't. In my head, it sounds perfect.
Yeah, that was great. That was really good.
All right.
I'll give it to you.
Jamel, what's your take on the Comey?
Maybe I should just call this the Homer Simpson podcast.
I rambled for a while. It's your turn.
Anything. Comey? That's not what? Like a comb for your hair? No. Hi, caramba. It's me. Hey, everybody. It's me, Family Guy.
A perfect cross in between.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Family Guy Simpsons hybrid.
I was doing like a Dundalk Homer. That's fun. Yo, it's me, Dundalk Homer. Is that a fun character?
Yeah, that's solid gold.
Yeah.
So good.
Dundalk Homer is... Keep that one going. My only take on the thing is I enjoy watching white people argue with each other.
Ooh.
It feels like it's never been at this level in America.
Yeah.
Of just whites versus whites.
For sure.
It's pretty fun.
That's a good take.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to check out, dude. I want to make enough money to get. This is my new thing is getting into. I want a teak plantation.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Where I grow, like basically I have a teak forest.
Yeah.
And I just grow teak trees somewhere down in the south.
Few 100 acres, maybe a little less.
Yeah.
Acres, like it down.
Get a teak farm.
Then get the manor.
No, of course you need an estate out there.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like I was thinking about Django and that plantation and how like terrifying that scene is when they're going up to the plantation, but like not if you identify with Leonardo DiCaprio's character. Then that's a movie about like the coolest life you could possibly have.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like going to cribs.
Yeah, right.
Slavery cribs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I want. Yeah. I feel like I kind of. But you can't own. I was looking at plantations. They can. There's one you could buy for like $52 million. In South Carolina, it's this like 11,000 acre plantation.
Is it listed on RadPad?
Yeah, it's on Airbnb for $52 million. But it's like, first of all, if you have $52 million, people already hate you. You know.
Yeah,
and
for sure. You're already kind of. You
can't buy a plantation. Being a fucking billionaire, and we're like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy this. I'm gonna get this plantation, and nobody's gonna find out or criticize me when I buy a $52 million plantation.
But people do that all the time. I don't know who buys plantations.
Well, it's not sold, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh,
there
that's
you go.
a great point.
Yeah.
You can the only way you can buy a plantation now is for the most wokest of activities.
Well, I was saying, they list them on there and it tells you when they're from, right? And some of them is like built in 1910, and you're like, all right. But some of them are like built in 1809. You're like, you don't admit that.
Yeah, like that's
don't
not
say if it's after 1865. Just say like, oh yeah, we don't have the paperwork. So I think it's from like the 80s. I think this is like one of the newer. It's like a tech plantation that's somebody made it back in like the 70s. So it's definitely not like it's not one of those plantations.
Definitely not.
I guarantee.
Right.
Tortured.
Oh yeah, this house filled with hooks that's also on the property. I don't know.
Don't look over there. Don't look over there.
Ignore that.
By the time you buy it, you get it.
This like sandbox looking thing on the front yard with a door on top. I don't know what that is. I think maybe a dog lived in there.
But a very happy dog. Definitely a happy dog.
Mm-hmm.
Grass fed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh no, those are owls. Yeah, you're just hearing owls coming, the screams and stuff that'll never go away.
Yeah, it's a Audubon society.
Would you take a deal on a crib if you knew it had ghosts?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I would love to live in a ghost house.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
In fact, I Googled haunted houses to buy. I was like fantasizing about buying a haunted house.
Yeah, what can ghosts even fucking do to you?
Well, first of all, they're not real.
Yeah. So that's number one.
Did you ever go to that hospital, that like abandoned hospital in like Glendale, Maryland?
Nah.
There's like an abandoned tuberculosis sanitarium that like friends of mine would go to, and they were like, we're going to eat mushrooms and go to that abandoned insane asylum.
Why do people always want
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
that's
just
the worst idea.
So terrible.
Being around more than 12 people on mushrooms is just as frightening as
being
any
in like
insane asylum.
I mean, being in like a poorly decorated house on mushrooms is bad.
Yeah.
Any of it. If it's not like a beautiful day outside,
right?
Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, so people go to it in the middle of the night, and they wander around. They're like, "Oh, it's fucking haunted" or whatever. But you're just hearing other people in like breaking into this hospital and like running around it. They're like, it's ghosts or whatever.
Just one of your friends getting mugged.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Being raped. Imagine getting raped in that hospital. Someone's like, I was raped, and they're like, oh, by a ghost? No, a real person.
I would have to stop hanging out with all of those people.
I would love to be the SVU detective that's like, gonna have to chalk this one up to ghosts. just not doing his job. Yeah, he's a really good detective, but he believes in ghosts, so Shirley writes off these cases. North Korea, guys, feelings? Good, bad? North Korea, good or bad? Tony Blankley, stop sucking your own dick.
I think I'm on board the fact that I figured that the administration would have heard the last episode and cranked up the heat. Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nick said it's time, let's get him.
Mm-hmm.
But since we didn't bomb him yet, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we'll make it.
Yeah.
I think they'll make it.
Yeah.
I think eventually, by the end of the Trump administration, everyone in North Korea is going to have a laptop.
It would be great if Trump just keeps saying like dumb, threatening shit until there's like a coup or something, and then Trump gets credit for toppling North Korea with speech alone.
Yeah.
That would be the funniest outcome. The best. Yeah. I mean, everyone was saying that back when the election happened. Is like the funniest outcome is that if Trump is like an amazing president for the economy and shit. And
right. Well, because every so often he'll say something where you're like, do you want universal? Are you going to put universal health care on the table? Because so easily persuaded.
Yeah.
You just have to get the right people in there. Just send some famous person in there to try and convince him, flatter him a little bit.
I would trade healthcare for the plantation, to be honest with you. I feel like I would become one of those people that pretends it's the 1800s and just avoid medicine, you know.
So
I would have some immigrant I hire to shave my face with a straight razor on the porch all day long, and just die of like eye fungus or what, at age 36. In a wooden chair,
wrapped in some blankets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right. Hey. I get one of those hearing trumpets. Get
a little closer.
Yeah, right. What's that? A gay man on the Green Mile.
I mean, if we could all get that instead of healthcare, that would be one thing.
Yeah, hearing trumpets.
Yeah.
Seersucker suit.
Yeah.
Just awful dental hygiene from dipping all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tobacco right off the ground.
It's just
the
now
freshest
it's like
tobacco you've ever had.
We don't have good healthcare and we don't have on plantations, and it's like I want one or the other.
Yeah. What would you rather have, a gun or universal health care?
Gun. How big's the gun? Because if it's a 22, give me health care.
Any fucking gun you want, dude.
Any gun I want?
Yeah.
I get the 40 cal.
What gun would you get if you could only get one gun?
I would get like a Magnum, like like a straight up dirty hairy fucking
44 Magnum.
Yeah, with the barrel that's like a foot long.
Yeah.
Have
you ever seen like a Desert Eagle in person?
No.
Or like one of those big ass guns? They're enormous. It looks like a fucking joke. Like I don't understand.
Bigger than your forearm.
Oh yeah. They're like the size of your head.
Do they have gun ranges in New York City?
I think there's one indoor one, but they've basically made it like impossible to get a gun in or like carry a gun around in New York City.
Yeah.
I bet there's just a town in New Jersey that's all gun ranges.
You can't even carry a knife in New York City, like any kind of knife.
Oh, really?
They're all
butter knife.
They use this antiquated law that made gravity knives that were like a thing that existed in like the 50s. Which is this big ass knife that like unfolds. It's like a huge switchblade, basically.
Okay.
But because they don't exist anymore, gravity knife is now this just vague umbrella term for any knife that a police officer can flick open with like the force of gravity. So even if you have like a Swiss Army knife on you, they'll like open it a little bit, and then like if they want to charge you, and it has nothing to do with length. It's like knives that you can buy at like REI or whatever. And they fuck up people's lives with this bullshit legislation.
What if I want to cut the plastic things off my soda, man?
Yeah, no, I mean, if you have like priors or whatever, it'll destroy your fucking life.
Holy shit!
When I was doing that truck job, I used to carry a knife on me, and I was always worried about it.
Yeah,
you fucking do something wrong on a subway platform, and then they search you or whatever. And like, what the hell is this for?
And that's crazy because it's
killing cops, man.
It's a goddamn shame. No more.
Yeah, I know.
What is happening?
That's why you got to come to Los Angeles.
Well, no, that's why I got to get my plantation.
Yeah, for sure. Do whatever you
walk
want.
around covered in knives.
200 acres. Knives only.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of gun ranges in Burbank.
Yeah, I was looking at the plantations for sale, and one of them was called Cuckold Crossing.
No, it wasn't.
It was. It absolutely. It was. What's your internet?
It is.
Wubba lubba what? Oh, wubba lubba dub dub. Okay. And the password?
Fresh coffee.
All lowercase?
Mm-hmm.
Fresh coffee. Everyone's going to hack your Wi-Fi.
Let's go.
That's okay. We should change it anyway.
Also,
it's not even working on my computer.
How many people in this building?
I don't know.
Yeah, Cuckold Crossing.
100.
Every individual has their own Wi-Fi.
It's crazy.
I feel like
we're all gonna die.
Just internet waves pulsing through your crotch right now.
Every part of your body.
If you're listening to this,
yeah,
you're covered in fucking pulsars.
That's cool. At least we're all gonna die in like the same way.
That's fair.
Maybe
we won't need healthcare.
Yeah, maybe we'll all maybe they'll find a cure because everybody's dying of it.
Yeah. Well, what was funny is because they were like, no, cell phones don't cause